we're starting to make a habit of having Robert Megna here at the Institute. Now that's actually a pretty good habit. It's not all that surprising either, since Bob Megna has been getting into a habit himself of getting nominated by governors to top-level fiscal positions in New York State. In 2008, he was nominated by Governor Spitzer to head the State Department of Taxation and Finance. In 2009, Governor Patterson named him director of the state's division of the budget. And then, at some slightly indeterminate time early this year, Bob Megna became the budget director under the Cuomo administration. He was last here at the Institute in November. It was an excellent and informative talk, and it's up on our website. It wasn't exactly upbeat. He said that the state faced no easy choices, and that the state would have to decide that there are certain things that it's not going to be able to do anymore the way it's been doing them in the past. He even went so far to say that being budget director is just another in a series of bad jobs he's held. And that with all the difficult choices he's associated with, when he's out doing errands in the community, he sometimes tries to avoid contact with people. Well, my great hope is that this wonderfully capable public servant keeps coming back to the Institute, and that someday in the future he'll report that New York's finances are in such great shape his job isn't so bad, and that he's even relaxed when he has to go to Price Chopper writing. That'll be performance measurement. Anyway, there are worse jobs. You could be Newt Gingrich's PR guy, budget director of California or Illinois, or after today's news, you could even be budget director of Minnesota. Things are taking an interesting turn in the United States when New York looks like the good government state, and Minnesota's state government is in danger of being shut down. But anyway, back to our speaker. As I noted before, Bob Megna became budget director in 2009. He was commissioner of taxation and finance. Prior to that appointment, he headed the economic and revenue unit of the New York division of the budget. Before joining the budget division in 1998, Bob held other positions, including Assistant Commissioner for Tax Policy for the Commonwealth of Virginia, Director of Tax Studies for the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance, and Deputy Director of Fiscal Studies for New York State's Assembly's Ways and Means Committee. And he was some time an economist for AT&T. He's a graduate of Fordham University and holds master's degrees in public policy from Fordham and an economics degree from the London School of Economics. Today, we asked Bob to discuss the recently enacted budget of New York and put it in perspective. And after he completes his presentation, Don Boyd and Bob Ward, both senior fiscal scholars at the Institute, will ask questions. Though we will also open it up for questions from the audience, of course. Now, if you're fans of the Institute's Facebook page, which most of you must be, I'm sure you know Don and Bob. Both are nationally known and respected analysts of state fiscal systems and prolific authors. Before we start, just a couple of announcements. We'll have another forum next week, a release of a report on SUNY and economic development, jointly authored by the Rockefeller Institute and the University of Buffalo Regional Institute. That'll be on Wednesday morning, June 1st at 10 o'clock. Chancellor Nancy Zimpher will introduce the report, and Kate Foster at Buffalo and I will present it, and all three of us will take questions. Now, the ground rules for today: all cell phones should be shut down, and when we do have questions, please identify yourself as well as any institutional affiliation you want to share, and speak to this roving microphone when you're given it, when you get it. Okay. So now, let's welcome New York State Budget Director Robert Megna.